guys, it's Alvie once again. I hope you're okay. So, today I've just been thinking about something that I want to talk about. This might not be for everyone, it might not even be for a lot of people, but it might be for some of you, so who can relate. I intend to entitle this video "The Beauty of Broken Hearts." I'm I'm just trying to grasp at stuck in here, but so please bear with me. It's not an easy topic to discuss, but I believe that this situation is something that each and every one of us has found ourselves in at one point in life or the other. I'm sorry for those who are still going through this difficult thing right now, or those who have just been through a breakup or a divorce. It's really a difficult and sensitive matter, but I am just hoping that I could somehow contribute a little bit when it comes to this topic. So I guess the best way is to explain how this happened to me, because I don't know what your situations are, or it's really difficult to judge the situation of other people, and in as much as there are these common denominators, like you're going through this situation and that, and they're all similar. It's still different for every group of people involved. So no judgment there. So I guess the safest way is to discuss it based on my own experiences also. So um see, I'm a single mom, for those who don't know me, and I'm a very happy single mom. I'm so happy with my child, with my son. And well, prior to that, I've been in different relationships also. And looking back, I think, and I believe I've been really, really younger, much younger at those certain phases in my life. And so half of the time I wasn't know what I was doing. Some of us grow up thinking, watching all these fairy tales and adapting those romantic feelings and thinking that it has to be this way and that. And then once you're there, I've been exposed to romantic situations at a very early age also. So once you're there, well, it's different. It's just trying to figure out how two people can get together, if they can work things out or not. Of course, some element of this would be there's a factor of destiny, probably, which is tied in with divine timing. So there's that. But um, I think what I would like to discuss in here is, what you can learn from those experiences. So looking back, I was very young. I admit I didn't know what I was doing a lot of times, and I was just so invested in loving and loving and just loving, and um until it comes to a point where you don't know what's happening anymore. And the critical part is, if you get to a point where you don't recognize yourself anymore, you start to lose who you are in the process. And I think in most cases that is where relationships end. Well, I'm just saying it how I know it, okay? With all due respect for everything that you're going through, but it's really very sad, when you're at the point when you don't recognize yourself anymore, you don't know who you are anymore, because you've just been giving and giving and giving and giving. And sometimes in the process of giving, you get hurt. But then, to put things in perspective also, it's not entirely anyone's fault. Of course, both parties are at fault. But then, on your part, on my part, how I saw it was that, in as much as felt the hurt and the pain. The thing is, I also allowed the situation to develop, is develop the right word, or to retrograde into that or regress into that. So sometimes in the course of just loving and giving, there's something that we forget. We forget self-love. And when we do that, we just lose ourselves completely. One time, after one breakup, I was thinking, I was looking back to when I was a kid. When we're kids, we're dreamy. Of course, we build up so many unrealistic dreams. We were very ideal. But we had dreams, and they're important. And we had an idea, or we envisioned what we wanted our lives to be like in a romantic fashion. And then as we go through the motions of life, as we go get disillusioned and more disillusioned from relationships, you find out that you suddenly toss those dreams out of the window one after the other. And I was just thinking, is that even right? Do we have to throw away all of our dreams that nothing is left anymore? Something has to be wrong with that, because I guess love has to make some of your dreams come true. Well, realistically, yes, but it doesn't have to be all heartache, and it doesn't have to exclude all of the things that you wanted to see in your future. So there. Um, and I guess, okay, for those who could relate with me on this, okay, I'm, I believe I'm sort of person who's very faithful to a fault. Like, I would stay in a relationship no matter what, even if it gets hard and very hard, and I can just crying all the time, and I'm and it gets really heavy already. But sometimes, I mean all the time, God is watching you, and God has plans for you, and God knows which one is yours and which one is not. But sometimes, like me, I get so stubborn, thinking that okay, I have to work this out to the end. And even if it doesn't feel like it's even if I know deep inside that there's something wrong, and it doesn't feel like it's for me anymore, no matter what, how much I've struggled to keep it together. Of course, you still have to do the best you can so that you don't regret. Well, you don't just say that you just throw it all away up at a whim. But as I said, this is just for those who can relate to this situation. When you get to a point in a relationship when you don't recognize yourself anymore, and as much as possible, I would not like to talk about marriage here. I'm not talking about marriage, just relationships before marriage, because um, I would like to believe still that marriages are forever. Okay. That being said, where when you're in a relationship and you don't recognize yourself anymore, and you're just being told to just get out of there before you lose yourself completely, and you're the type of person who's very loyal and you just like to stick to it, even if it's already just one-sided and it's very heavy already. I think that's when the universe really steps in and convinces you otherwise. And if you're the type of person who's very faithful, then the forces of heaven, I guess, would really squeeze you out of it, because it is the only way for you to get out of it and to start loving yourself again. Okay, so guys, whatever situation, whatever kind of breakup or cool off or um, that pause in a relationship you're at this point, my only wish for you is that try to um, use this time to love the person who might have been forgotten through the whole process, and that is yourself. That's ourselves. Because who knows, this is not the end. Maybe next time around you'll be stepping into a new kind of love with a new person or still with the old person. Maybe there are lessons that you need to learn apart, you and the other person. So at this point, it's just maybes and maybes. But the thing that you could do though is to just, get back to being the person that you are, the person who was dreaming, the child in you, and all of these good feelings that you've forgotten to feel when you were still beginning to think of your future. So apart from the strength that I am wishing you, I'm also wishing that that part of yourself would come back and put the pieces of you back together. So the next time around, maybe you would be stepping into a new kind of love with your whole being, with your whole heart, no matter how many millions of pieces it has been broken into. Because there is no way that you can give of yourself if you don't even recognize who you are. So just lift everything to God, I guess. Just tell Him everything. He knows what's best, and maybe one day, sooner or later, it will be coming back to you. So that might be for now. I hope this has helped. Have a nice day. Find your strength, find your peace, find yourself, and find God. Take care, guys. Until next time.